Episode 44 with Charles Baines on the 9 Point Start the Dream podcast.
Welcome to 9 Point Started with a Dream podcast. Our goal is to showcase the stories of athletes and the community that supports them by being authentic about their journey. Here's your host, Jacoby Gillum.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host as always, Jacoby Gillum. You know, what I want everybody to know from this podcast is just that everybody has a story. You know, it doesn't matter who you are as an athlete. You know, no matter what your status may be, no matter how people may view you on the outside, you know, you have a story that can inspire somebody. And this episode here, we have Charles Baines, professional basketball player overseas, and his story is one of those that can inspire everybody. Just from his journey, just to say that this is bigger than me. You know, I'm not going to give up. You may doubt me, but I'm going to prove you wrong type stuff. And we got from his journey just to how he started to where he's going now and how he is overseas playing basketball in Australia and what his purpose is and what he feels he is called to do in life. So I hope you enjoy and let's get to it. All right, Charles, man. So the question that everyone that comes on is when you're younger as an athlete, what's one of your bigger dreams to go doing to achieve?
As an athlete, my main goal, like what I want to do is play professional basketball. Where I come from, many people don't, aspire to do anything big. So, I have a few people that I looked up to growing up. We actually did it. B.A. Walker, Ace Custis, and Eddie Miller, like a few guys who actually, went and played basketball at the highest level possible. So, I always looked up to those guys and I always, dreamed of one day being in their shoes or, doing what they've done.
So kind of having that dream kind of being like the next guy out of your neighborhood. What about that was like driving you to do that?
My faith, to not only, to do something bigger than myself, to inspire a community, to inspire everybody around me to even when I wanted to give up, even when I, felt like I wasn't good enough or, the thoughts that like, oh, you might not make it. I never let those things derail me because I always believe that, the harder you work for something, I can't surrender because I worked that harder for it. So, if you don't work harder for something, it's easy to surrender. But once you put in the effort and the time, it makes it harder to surrender. So that what kept me going. My family and the people that I'm surrounded by just, they kept me driven. And every time I wanted to give up, I realized it's a bigger reason than what I'm doing it for. It's bigger than me.
Mm-hmm. It's like that saying that goes, God gives its hardest battle to the toughest soldier, or something like that.
Yeah. You're definitely right. Because every time he said if it was easy, everybody would do it. Mm-hmm. And the sacrifices that you make, most people won't make them. Getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, working out 2-3 times a day, and most people won't make them type of sacrifices. So it's just making the sacrifices that you need to make. Instead of going here, I'm gonna go work out. Instead of spending time with these people, I'm gonna go study some basketball stuff. It just making sacrifices that most people won't make.
So when you had in your heart that you wanted to do something that's bigger than you wanted to be an example of, for that athlete in your neighborhood or wherever kid may see Charles, how did you go about achieving that or go about pursuing that?
Well, after high school, I wasn't like recruited. I wasn't, I just, my cousin, he came. And the funny story is I was thinking like going to the service or something. And he said, no, you're not going to no service. And so he came and picked me up, right? And after he picked me up, he took me to a junior college. And I applied and I got in like right then. And like he said, you're going to stay with me and this is what you're going to do. Because I know this is what you want to do, but nobody actually told you like that you could do it, and because of him, like this is another reason why I am where I am. Because he actually believed in me. I'm bigger than I could believe in myself sometimes. And because he took me from my neighborhood and took me to an area that was uncomfortable, but I realized that, man, I could really do this. And I made, my junior college basketball team. And then from there, I got to a 4-year school and Minnesota. And from there, like, I wasn't like the best player there. I wasn't the starter. I barely even played sometimes. And, I just worked, me and a guy, Corey Harris and Ty James, we all worked out, and Isaac Bowles, like we work out. Like when everybody else wasn't working out, we was working out. When other people would sleep, we was working out. So it was just always being consistent. And, and one day he asked me, like, what do you want to do? Like, if you could not fail, what would you do? And I told him, and he was like,
so kind of go back a little bit. So where are you from?
Yeah. I'm from Virginia. I'm from the Eastern Shore of Virginia.
Kind of having your cousin come and say, "Yo, you got talent, you got abilities, and I believe in you."
Yeah.
Was that kind of like almost like the turning point in your career and in your life, almost in a sense?
Yeah. It was a major stepping stone in my life. Like, from not even thinking about going to college, so now like you're in college. Like it was a huge, tremendous turning point in my life where somebody that you grew up with, he was already in college, and he was playing basketball, but he stopped, and he was like, "You can do it." He's like, "You don't know how much like you can really do something," and from that point on, like he just believed in me, and and that really changed my life into a perspective. Like no matter how hard something is, or how many people don't even believe in what you're doing, if one person believes in you,
that's all you need.
Man, yeah. And for that, like I'm forever grateful for him just, taking the opportunity to take me into his house and everything that he done for me. Yeah.
So say like there's a kid out there right now, right? Say they're in Virginia, like where you live, and they don't believe in themselves, or they're doubting their ability, their gift. What would you tell them right now?
What would I would tell a kid like as doubting themselves is that, if you, continue to put the work in, you would see the results that you're looking for. And the harder you work at something, the more confident you become at something. And believing in yourself always come from like the people around you. Sometimes they might not even believe in the things that you do. And you have to realize that I'm not doing this for them, but I'm doing this for me or a bigger purpose. And now you have to really find out, man, like, am I able to do this? Am I capable? And as the negativity try to creep in, you have to tell yourself, like, I am built for this. I will win. I will overcome this. You have to begin to speak positive things to yourself. So that way, it would feed out the negativity that comes in when you start to doubt and start to not believe that you're good enough. But one thing you have to realize is that if you begin to speak positive to yourself, it begins to change the way you feel about yourself and how you carry yourself and how you think. And you'll begin to build more confidence and believing in yourself. So that's what I would tell them.
I love that part when you said, "I'm built for this." That's good right there, man.
Yeah.
For you, this road wasn't easy. This wasn't like this 5-star recruit, this big signing day. I'm about to go into the top school and just trade to overseas ball. This was like I had to work for this type stuff.
Yeah. It was the seen and unseen. Like you don't like I really had to work and overwork to get to this. Like some people who are gifted, yes, some people are talented. And you have some people who just were not willing to give up. And I'm one of those ones who was just not willing to give up. You might have been better than me, you might have been smarter than me, but you're not going to outwork me. And that's what got me here. If you're going to sleep in, I'm going to wake up and work out twice as hard. And then when you're up, I'm going to still work out twice as hard. So no matter how much better you are than me, I'm going to outwork you. And eventually I'm going to pass you, because while you're sleeping, I'm still working. And, that's just the way it is, because most people who are gifted or talented, they think their gift or talent is going to lead them to the place. But if you're not working hard enough, you're already beat. You're already beat.
Man, this is why I love doing this, because hearing stories like yours inspire me, because there are days when I'm like, man, this thing is tough. Everything that I hear like you about a guy who almost didn't even pursue this dream. but because
Yeah.
of one opportunity came, he took it, and now he's living out a dream and playing ball overseas. So much props to you.
Thank you so much, man. Yeah, man. And to you, man, it's gonna be days where you don't feel like doing it. It's gonna be days where you want to give up. And it's gonna be days where you're like, man, why am I doing this? And then you have to go back to those days to remember, like, this is why I'm doing this. Hey, you have to have some reasons of bigger than yourself to why I'm doing this. For me, it's my family, it's my neighborhood, it's the kids that look up to me. Like when I want to give up or when I want to give in, I just think about them, and it's like it's bigger than me. And when you're doing something that's bigger than you, when something comes, you don't have to worry about giving up. You don't have to worry about stopping. But if you're doing it just for you, you're going to give up and quit, because once you're going to hit something that's a lot harder and tougher than you, then what? Then how are you going to respond?
Definitely. That's facts. So for you, how has this journey been? So you've been all your life, you've been just fighting for an opportunity. Right.
Yeah,
so when you got the JUCO, how was that journey for you? Just that grind.
That grind was just I don't know, everywhere I've been, the grind has like always been the same. You start from the bottom, like you don't play much, but you still work. You don't be seeing much, but you still work. You don't focus on what you're in now. You just do what you have to do, so then you can do what you want to do. And with that being said, like I barely play much, but guess what? I'm still gonna be the first one in here. I'm still gonna be the last one to leave. And then after that, I went to my 4-year school. It was the same thing. Okay, I'm coming off the bench. I'm barely seeing the floor. Guess what? I'm gonna be the first one in, last one to leave. No matter how hard it gets, no matter what it looks like, when my opportunity presents itself, I'm going to cash in on it. So no matter what they say or don't see in me, I see it in myself. I see who I am. I see who I could be. I can see something way bigger than they can see, because I know what I'm built for. I know how tough I am. I know what I can do. And when the opportunity presents itself, they're going to see who I am. They're going to see, oh, man, I didn't know he had all that. I didn't know he could do all that.
So
it just makes you hungry.
So you kind of just have this hunger and this like underdog just chip on your shoulder, like watch me work type stuff.
Yeah, that's just where I come from. You got to have that chip, because it's been put there. Everybody counts you out. They all count you out. They all don't believe, like, oh man, he doing that, he doing this, he's not good enough for that. When they counted me out, I make them look up, like, oh man, is that him? When they count me out again, they look up again. Is that him? But the funny thing is, it's not about me. It's my faith that's driven me this far. And I'm only here because my purpose is bigger than myself. My purpose is to inspire other people around the world to, like, oh man, I could be that doctor. I can be that lawyer. I could be the next whatever you want to be, and that's what I'm here for, to change the world, like bigger than basketball.
And it's bigger than basketball, because really basketball is just giving you a platform.
Yeah,
it's giving you a platform to share your voice.
It's giving me an opportunity to share that, with me being in this position. It's giving me an opportunity to inspire other people and to help encourage other people to go forth with their life, and most importantly, their dream. Because many people die not living their dream. 90% of the world die without living their dream, and they go to a grave with so many gifts and talent that the world never sees.
And why is that? Why that, you think?
Because one, they're afraid. They're afraid to leap. They're afraid to jump. They're afraid to fail. And if you never jump, then you'll never know. And the problem is, we're not jumping. We're not risking. We're not challenging ourselves, but we're staying comfortable. And in order to grow, you must be comfortable being uncomfortable. So no matter how tough it gets or how difficult it may seem, it's the challenge that excites you. It should be the challenge that encourages you to keep going. But most of us run from the challenge. So we live a normal life, being normal people, when we were called to be normal people, living extraordinary lives.
Man, you thinking some fire right now, dude.
I'm just trying to, like, I don't know who might listen, who might need it.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to get,
No, and I think it's true just from, like, not even just for athletes, though. Like, say, you're a coach, or say you're a trainer, just think about how your purpose is bigger than game, because you're helping that athlete, pursue his dream, when he can pursue his dream to help that athlete back home how to pursue their dream, and just like a snowball effect.
Yeah,
We're all
right.
connected. So
Definitely right.
So for you, like with this overseas journey, so how did that land?
From college, I reached out to a couple of people, and my first gig when I went to El Salvador, Lithuania, and I got went on like a tour and stuff of that nature. And then after that, I met this guy, and he helped me with a gig, and I got signed to play in Spain. And then from there, I went to Vietnam, and now, thanks to Damien Harper and Ops Management, I'm in Australia.
How many years have you been playing so far?
3 years.
3 years. In those 3 years, what has been like the biggest lesson you've learned so far?
The biggest lesson I have learned so far, just in overall life, is love. The biggest thing I could take from this whole thing is the people where I've been at and what I've seen. No matter how hard life may get, no matter what challenge you may face, it's always remember to love people. No matter what happens, no matter how it looks, no matter which way it goes. If we can stay in that place of love and be consistent in what we do, everything else will take care of itself. As long as we put the work in and continue to love people and what we do, then what we do will take care of us. It will take care of us.
So just kind of go on that love thing, right? So say it's like, say it's like competition mode, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it all still love?
When it's competition mode, is the love for my teammates, and it's go out here and win. It's out here and now it's a different setting. I have to be in the jungle. I have to be the lion. I have to be the lion. I have to be the king of the jungle. When we're in competition mode, I am the king of the jungle. So if you come across me, I'm sorry, but today is your bad day. If you're the gazelle, I'm sorry, you would be eaten. And that's just the way it is. That's the way we must carry it. When it's competition mode, we must be in competition mode. But off the court is love.
I love that. Yes, because I just know that sometimes we can get so caught up in it's all for the game, it's all for love of the game, but at the end of the day, I don't play to lose, right?
Yeah, and I don't play to lose. I don't show up to lose. I can't sleep when I lose.
Yeah.
So it's just I don't do this to lose. I do this to win. And that's where I'm at now. I'm trying to change the culture to winners.
So right now you're in Australia, and you say your goal right now is kind of be a part of helping change the culture. How do you go about doing that?
Oh man! First of all, it's just actually getting to understand like how winning feels. Not only that, but the mindset of people, to be committed and to be driven to do something different. If you always been doing the same thing and it has not been working, then we must change what we're doing to do something that will work. So now on my half is for me to get the guys to see a vision, and then get them to see what winning feels like, and then get them to see what success actually tastes like. And now once you feel it and see it and taste it, you won't become okay with losing, because losing is the norm. Once you're used to losing, it becomes okay. And we don't want that. We want people to be so frustrated at losing that, it prepares them to drive deeper and to work harder and to be better than they was before, but yet dedicate themselves to a level of excellency that, man, like nobody's going to stop us now. Winning is what matters. Nobody's going to get in our way. Instead of, we're just showing up. Oh, it's okay. Like, it has to be a fire that burns. Like, when you lose, like, you can't sleep at night type of fire. So that's what I'm trying to build. That's what I'm trying to get the guys to see, the bigger picture, the bigger vision. So
I remember that, I read an Eric Thomas quote, and he said, the worst thing in life is to taste success, then go back to being normal or average, whatever like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's it. It's the worst thing you can do is go from being, that God to go being the guy that everybody knows, but you still, nothing happens,
Mm-hmm.
So how can you consistently be that guy? How can you consistently be on top? All the great ones stay on top for so long. All the great ones, they've been consistent so long. Michael, Kobe, LeBron, they've been consistent so long. The great ones be consistent so long. And, you can show up for one day, but what about the next day, the next day, the next day? It's about being consistent in the small things. Waking up early, eating right, doing what you're supposed to do. When you don't feel like doing it, now, how committed are you? When everything not going the way you want it, when you're having a losing season and you want to keep up, and it's like, what you going to do now? Are you still going to be consistent? Are you still going to work as hard? Now true character shows. Anybody can look at success in the face and be happy, but when adversity hits, now you show me your character. Now you show me who you are. When everything's not going the way you want, now I get to see you who you are. What's in you going to come out of you.
Dude, man, is your plan to ever coach when you're done?
I don't know. Maybe kids. I don't know.
I don't know. I think whatever you do when this thing is when basketball, like when you're done playing, man, you need to be around people.
Yeah,
whether that's speaking, coaching, like you need to be around, because your voice, man, like you got a message that inspires people for sure.
Yes, I really appreciate it. That's all I really want to do, man. Just inspire people with my life and what I say and how I live.
Definitely, because like now, just hearing you and just hearing like the message you said about when adversity hit, your real character comes out. And I think a lot of athletes can relate to that, because if you listen about like when you're losing by 25,
mm-hmm.
how are you gonna respond? Are you gonna go to the bench and put your head down and just throw some chairs? Or are you gonna stay engaged and say the next quarter, whatever it may be?
Yeah, and that's what separates the good, the average, the great, and the phenomenal, because their mindset and how they attack things and how they look at things. How they go about it. It's different.
So for you with your career, like what's like your personal goal, outside the team, like what's the goal that you're trying to aim to achieve for yourself?
The goal for me is always to be the best player, that I can be, to make a type of difference, not just in my team, but in the league and wherever I'm at, to people know, man, this guy's the real deal. This guy can actually, we put 2 or 3 people on him and couldn't stop him. So the goal for me is to be unstoppable. I'm talking about unstoppable, to the point where I mean nobody can touch me, and every day I'm working on the craft. Every day I'm pursuing to get better. Every day I'm honoring my arm, sharpening my steel. I'm getting after it to not only be that, but to become that, and to stay that, and to go to a higher level, and to go as far as I can go with this game, and wherever it may take me, that's where I'm gonna go.
Dude, yeah, I feel you. It just, that hunger, that it just never dies.
Yeah, it's there.
I want to do more of this stuff. Because I feel like there's so many stories overseas that you don't hear.
Yeah.
Like, I know like somebody's story can inspire another person on their journey. Like I know with your journey, if someone can hear how you went from the guy who almost gave this up to now he's overseas in Australia, man. Like I want to live in Australia.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
So Charles, man. So before we head out, so where are you at? Social media? Got any links we can plug right now?
Yeah. On Facebook, you can find me at Charles Baines. On Instagram, you can find me at Charles Baines 5. On Twitter, you can find me at Blessed Above 21. And YouTube, you can find me at Charles Baines as well. So that's all my social media outlets.
Hey, hey man, and also you got that fire video too that you sent me. So
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
share that,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, and also, yeah, whatever you, wherever you put it, this at, I'm telling you right now, like, you put it on Facebook and tag me, it's gonna blow up. Okay,
all
so
right,
I'm gonna let you know that now.
all right, I got you. It's going on Facebook, Twitter,
Yeah.
Instagram. We gonna put it everywhere, my man.
Yes, sir, man. We about to do something big, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling
Hey,
you.
it takes all of us, to really
Oh yeah.
to change the
Oh yeah.
culture. So I'm glad to be a part of your journey. I'm glad to have you part of mine, and we're gonna really change the game.
Yeah, let's go get it, man. Let's go get it.
My man, enjoy the rest of your day, and like, dude, and keep inspiring, man. Like, don't lose that fire because the world needs people like you.
Yes, sir.
Must talk to you.
Yes, sir. Thanks to you, man. We appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Because people's story need to be heard, and you're the one getting it out there. So, man, just keep going when you don't feel like going, when you don't see nothing moving, and when you think not, that's when something big gonna happen. That's when, something major gonna move, man. So keep just being consistent in what you're doing, and success comes to those who work. As long as you're doing your work and putting the effort in, you had no reason why, it's not gonna come.
Love it, man, love it. Hey, and talk to you soon, and be in touch.
Yes, sir. Same here, man.
Yo, thanks for listening to this episode of the 9 Point Started With a Dream podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please comment, share, leave a review. We would love to hear your thoughts. You can find more athlete-driven content at 9point.com. Till the next episode, you're only one opportunity away. Peace.